Welcome everyone to my little mini run of the Digimon Accelerator. So right now I'm really just running two dudes. I'm running my Accelerator and I'm trying to finish up my previous run of my Digimon Pendulum X. And I'll talk about why and all that stuff in a minute. So I started my Accelerator this morning off camera because I knew, when you hatch them, they don't do a whole lot, right? And I wanted to talk more about this guy. So this is Pinamon, and Pinamon is a little, almost like a Roadrunner Digimon from what I can tell. He kind of hops around with his little one wing here, his little wings and flaps. But his description of him says that he does not really show emotion through his face or anything, and that he just runs at various speeds, and that the only way you can really tell how he's feeling is based on how he's running, which I think is pretty cute, actually. He is a baby 2 or in training Digimon, and he's actually one of the only in trainings that I know of that doesn't just shoot bubbles as his attack. He actually charges up a little bit of electricity in his tail and zaps people with it. I think it's called like tickling zap or something like that. And so that's fun. On here, the primary way you digivolve in this, right, is to feed him DNA. And this morning while I was walking to work, I was just putting my finger on the scanner and giving myself lots of DNA. So instead of Falconmon like I've run before, I wanted to try to get Terriermon. And in order to get Terriermon, I needed holy DNA to give him. And I've fed him like, I think 14 or 15 holy DNA, and then he ran out of DP. So DP in this unit is what you need to feed him and what he needs to battle, right? It's his power. And he is out of it right now. And as far as I can tell, the only real way I can get more of it is to let him sleep for 8 hours. So when he goes to bed in a little while, he'll have more DP tomorrow. So he should be Terriermon tomorrow. If I had the plates, I have one plate around here somewhere. I don't know where I put it. Hold on, I'm gonna find it. I know I have this plate. Hold on, and I'm back. I got the plate. So this is the plate that came with it. And when you go to the scanning option, you can either scan DNA or this DDP down here. That's these plates. So it says DNA ready. I can hold it to the plate. You push down. You have to push down kind of hard, and it's like, oh, I'm reading it. DNA capture. And this one gives me Beast DNA and Holy DNA, which is what it says right there. Well, they sold like booster packs of these plates, and one of these plates gives an item called DP Max. So you can use this plate, get the item, feed it to him, and it'll have as much DP as you want, I'm assuming. You can just keep using it. I would imagine you probably will only eat it a few times in one day, but in any case, it would be really rad to have that plate, but I don't have it, so we are just stuck waiting, which is also fine. I mean, like, I don't need him to reach maximum level or anything, like in a day, so it's all good. I'm right there with you, buddy. Tomorrow, you'll be rookie level. This device is interesting. You can change the way your DNA shows up by quote-unquote DNA by just touching the buttons, these metal receivers up here. I think it's literally reading the electric signal from your skin to determine like which buttons are being pushed and everything. And when you have certain ones lit up, like only these lit up or whatever, you push the trigger and it's like, oh, you got, this one. So the problem I have with this thing, though, with this idea, is that there's nothing stopping you, like there's no mechanic in the game that stops you from just scanning as much as you want until you fill up your inventory. Except for the fact that your inventory, you can only hold like 9 of every DNA, which is a really silly number because you need to use the 9 up, then get more, because like a lot of the DNA you need to give is like, oh, you need to give 11, or you need to give 20 of this DNA in order to make him digivolve. And so it's like, I need to scan 9 times, feed it to him, then go scan 9 more times, feed it to him, and then scan 1 time. I don't know. It's just a weird, it's a weird number. I don't really understand that. I think the DP or some other mechanic like that should have been used to like limit how much you can scan as well, because again, there's just nothing stopping you from just having all of the items all the time. And like, I understand that you're already limited to like how you can feed them, like how often you can feed them, but like, what's the point of the scanner if like you can just, I don't know, I just don't quite understand that part. Like, if you can just have all the items all the time with no repercussion, why not just give me all the items all the time? Like, what do I need to scan them for? Just give them to me, because you saved me 5 minutes. It's not that big a deal. You know what I mean? I'm not 100% sure what they were going with game mechanics wise with that one. What? Oh, that's his name. I named him. His birthday. I just clicked the next button because I didn't know what to name him because I don't read Japanese. Let's see, what's else are the items? You also have food and medicine, which I mean, in every V-Pad has it. I don't know what this is. I think it's your weapons. Some of the plates give you weapons, which you can use to fight in the arena mode or the quest mode. So I'll show you training. So training is, you just click the trigger, which I really like. This trigger is way cooler than shaking, in my opinion. I think it's just a really neat thing. So he's a little baby, and I gave him maximum juice, so he did really well in his training, so he's happy about it. I don't know if maybe when they digivolve further, if you have to be more specific, like I can only get the 875. Don't go all the way, otherwise you won't get the maximum, damage or whatever. I'll show off the quest mode maybe tomorrow. He's still a little baby. I don't think he can even do it, and if he could, he'd probably just lose. So this is obviously take care of the lights and poop management. This is connect. You can connect with other 3-prong devices to do battle, and you can connect with other Accels to battle and trade items. This is sound off and on, which is actually really nice that it's built into the menu. You don't have to like find the 4 buttons you gotta hold down to turn off the sound. So let's take a look at his stats. So he is 1 year old, he's weight 10. I actually don't know what that means or what that's really for, the DNA. He cannot battle and he cannot progress. He has 4 of 6 hunger and 7 of 15 strength. I'm not sure why he has 4 hearts, but then that number. Like, I'm not entirely sure. I just try to make sure the hearts are full. Oh, go back. I want to see the rest of his stats. Show me. DP 0, battle 0, DNA code. I don't know what that's for. This right here. So if I battle this Pendulum X, and the Pendulum X Digimon is a perfect or higher, then you start to build up X points, and once you hit 200 X points, you then unlock a special evolution, and your rookie level Digimon can basically warp Digivolve to a special one. And the special Digimon in this device is All Force Vidramon. So you'll eventually unlock it by battling the Pen X. So that's awesome. So anyway, that is the Accel Orator. And the Pen X, maybe I won't go over every little detail of the Pen X this episode. I'll give you a break. But basically, the reason I'm midway through a run right now is because I was just trying to see how the Pen X works about a month ago, I guess now, just to get used to its menus and figure out what to do, because everyone says this is a really, really hard device. So I started a run just to fiddle with it, and I learned a lot about it. And in the meantime, I wanted to try to do battles with those minis, right? So he had gotten all the way to Mega, then I used some level reverses that I won and took him back down to Rookie, and he slowly has gotten back to perfect level. So, perfect level. So he is Mame Tyrannomon, and Mame Tyrannomon is amazing because he's this little tiny guy who is just full of dinosaur DNA, right? And he's actually a natural carrier of the X antibody. So he is not Mame Tyrannomon X, he just is Mame Tyrannomon. And he is more ferocious than most dinosaur Digimon, according to his little blurb about him on the Digimon wiki. Mainly because he is condensed, right? It's like he has all the power of a Tyrannomon, but in a tiny little form factor, which is like it's kind of like the theory behind like Ant-Man, right? In the movies, that like he's still like a 200-pound man, but he's like super small. So when he punches you like a bullet, right? It's that idea. So he's super strong because he's like a tiny condensed Tyrannomon, and he runs around biting people. He has like an attack called 100 bites, I think, and the other one is like he does a lariat. So he's like a ferocious tiny dinosaur Zangief, if you've ever played Street Fighter, doing those lariats everywhere. So anyway, I think Mame Tyrannomon's awesome, and hopefully he digivolves soon, which I think he will, because if we look at his stats, we can see that his X level is whatever. But this, I don't know if you can see this. This is Shinka or change. So, and because it was all blinky and crazy, it means that he should have digivolved soon. Not exactly sure what he'll digivolve into, because I've given him all kinds of crazy items and not followed the guide at all, just because I wanted to see what would happen. So, yeah, I don't know. He's cool nonetheless. No matter what he digivolves into, I'll be happy. Yeah, this is a neat device. I'm happy to have them both kind of side by side. And then maybe before he dies, we can get a couple battles in once this guy digivolves a little bit, and we can build up some of those X points on the Accelerator. Quick little tidbit. I do feel like a sort of a failure here. This device is still active, and Doru Greymon just died. Like, I thought he was going to digivolve, but he didn't. He just died. I don't know what I did wrong or when I took care of him. I'm really not sure. I don't know. We still have Cressamon, who is alive. I don't know if she's going to suffer the same fate as Doru Greymon, because, yeah, I mean, I'm not sure what happened. Like I said, I don't know why he died. So, if I mismanaged both of them at the same time, the same way, then more than likely she will also not hit Mega level and also die, because she, can't reach her final form. So, I'll have to try both of them again, because I don't want to fail that hard, I guess, and just leave it at that. So, there's that. And then before I leave you, I have a couple of new thoughts on the Pendulum Z. So I noticed that the unlocks for connecting multiple Pendulum Zs together will be that it's Tailmon and Wormmon and Armadillomon, right? That's like half of the Season 2 cast, right? I mean, to me, if they do a Wave 2 and it's the other three, it's the Metal Empire, the Virus Busters, and the Wind Guardians, that we will get the other three O2 Kids Digimon. That's Hawkmon and Patamon and... Or is there only 5? Hawkmon, Patamon... Am I losing my mind? And Vmon, obviously, and Vmon. There we go. There's the other 3. And if we get them, and they're spread across the 2 waves like that, that'll be really cool, because it means that they're also happen to be split up in the way that you need them for Jogresses, right? Because you would need Vmon and Wormmon to Jogress, you need Hawkmon and Tailmon to Jogress, and you need Patamon and Armadillomon to Jogress. So I think there's a crap load of synergy there. to open up lots of new Digimon to run if they do that. So I'm thinking real hard that that's what they're gonna do. And the other thing that I'm chuckling about now is, at first I couldn't figure out why they would choose Armadillomon to be on the Deep Savers device specifically. But now I get it. Now I realize the reason he's on the Deep Savers the reason he's on the Deep Savers device is because of Submeramon. So I'm hoping that also means that not only do we get their Jogress forms, but all of their armor evolutions as well. That would be so sick. And imagine if we not only get their ones they used in the show, but like all of their official armor evolutions. That would be so fucking rad, because we've never had access to all of them except for on the Japanese D3 Digivice. I don't think they've ever like all sat on a VPET before, so that would be rad as hell. So let's hope they do that. So anyway, thank you for joining me today and listening to me ramble about my two beautiful three-pronged pets and my Pendulum Z theories. What do you think? Do you think that that's what they will do with their Pendulum Zs? They will implement what seems to me as an obvious plan, but maybe it's not. Maybe I'm being way too optimistic. You know, I don't know. Also below, if you pre-ordered the Pendulum Zs, please tell me which one you pre-ordered. If all three, what you're looking forward to most. I want to hear about it. I'm just, the hype is too real. And shout out to all the other Digimon YouTubers that like rush to put out videos about the Pendulum Z in the past, day and a half, 2 days, whatever, because I have been eating it all up. I was on a mission. I just went on YouTube, and after I finished mine, I just went down and I just watched everybody's. And I had a lot of fun. I'm glad everyone's hyped like I am. So anyway, bye-bye.